Hey everyone, Dami Guccione here. Good Saturday morning to you. We're going to continue the topic of nutrition and talk about oils. So, we started last week talking about how to recognize if food may be processed, how to read nutrition labels, and really have an understanding of what's in food and making the best choice for you. So, one of the ingredients in the food we were looking at was expeller pressed cottonseed oil or expeller pressed something, and that was one of those terms like, what does that actually mean? So, what we're going to talk about is different ways that oil is processed, and then what does that mean for you and how to make some good choices. So, any of these oils I have in front of me are not really naturally occurring. You don't just go out somewhere and find olive oil or vegetable oil. It has to be manufactured and processed in some degree. So there are three main ways that vegetable based oils are processed and manufactured. So, number one, I say number one, so it's probably the most common, is solvent extracting. So, what that means is oils extracted from seeds using a chemical solvent such as hexane. So you can Google that and you can find some details about what that process looks like. Essentially, the oil helps, or the solvent helps extract the oil from the seed, and then during the end of the process, supposedly, the hexane and other chemicals are pulled back out of the oil, and you get the finished product, which is vegetable oil. So, how much really comes out is sort of up for debate. Again, I would encourage you to take a look and see what you can find out for yourself. Another method we talked about last week was expeller press. So, expeller is essentially a machine which presses oil out of seeds. The thing with expeller pressing as compared to cold pressing is that there's a certain amount of heat generated by the machine in the process. The heat enables more oil to be extracted out of the seed than if it were cold pressed. And then the final one is cold pressing, which must be taking place, like regardless of whatever apparatus is used, under 120 degrees Fahrenheit to be considered cold pressed. So the oils we have in front here, we've got vegetable oil, and there's pictures of vegetables on here. So when I first started getting interested in this kind of stuff, I'm like, how do they get oil out of vegetables? The answer is they don't. It comes out of seeds. So if you look at the ingredients in this vegetable oil, it says soybean oil. So not from broccoli or carrots or cucumber as this might indicate on the label. So what I found as a guideline, and again, it's up to everybody to make their own individual choices when it comes to what's best for you for nutrition, is that if a label does not specifically indicate the manufacturing process, it is most likely solvent extracted. In particular, another guideline you can use is the price of the product you're looking at. So typically, these vegetable oils you find in the supermarket are going to be the cheapest. So people use oils for cooking, for baking, for marinating, a variety of uses, and that's why most people will have this as a staple in their household. So when you see the vegetable oil that is the lowest in price, that's another indicator it might be solvent extracted, because the solvent extracting process is able to be 98 to 99% efficient, and therefore they can charge a lower price. They're getting more product out of the soybeans or the seeds, whatever that they're utilizing. Whereas the cold press, although it really fundamentally alters the olives or whatever items the least amount with the cold pressing, is the least efficient. It gets the least amount of oil out of olives or whatever they're working with. I say olives because that's the most common thing you'll see on labels. You'll see something that says like first cold pressed, that they will indicate if that's the manufacturing process that they use, because they're proud of it, and it fundamentally alters the flavor the least, and the nutrition profile the least. So, review, we've got solvent extracting. Take a look at that. Take a look at what hexane is. expeller pressing, and cold pressing for manufacture of oils. So we'll get into why that matters in a later post, but hope that was helpful when you're going to the supermarket and taking a look at oils that you're using on a day-to-day basis and making the best choices for you. Give us a like on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.